Ask you something, do you? If I tell you all in this church, Antioch, that you are free, you ready for this one? But then I tell you, now you free, but when we get ready to eat, I don't want you to go into the nice fellowship hall and eat. You're going to eat in that corner over there. See, me and Pastor RV, we're going to eat in the fellowship hall. But the rest of you in here, you're free, but you're going to eat in that corner over there. If I tell you that you are free, people of color, but I tell you that nice bathroom that we have out there in the foyer, you can't use that restroom. You see, when you use the restroom, I want you to go outside. Because you can't use it up in here, but you free. If I tell you you free, but you ain't free to move around, then tell me, black people, how free are you really? How free are we really? So when you look at this thing, not only did they choose to, not only were they trying to define us and confine us and control us as blacks with chattel slavery that then turned into segregation, but if we ain't free to move around, we ain't free at all. So black folk in America, if you really think about it, Reverend Brooks, we didn't get free till 1965 with the Civil Rights Movement. So that tells me we ain't been free but less than 50 years. And look at the amazing things that we as a people have been able to do. And just to name a few, we'll just say Barack Obama. Somebody say Speak Bossier. We are people that were incarcerated for over 450 years. We ain't been free but 50 years. And we were able to turn around and elect a man of color to be the leader of the whole free world. Are we bad or are we bad, black people? But what happens to us is that this issue of incarceration got our minds twisted. Because we believe what they tell us about ourselves. When you know you're working with something good, ain't nothing nobody can tell you about yourself that's going to matter. Yeah, I had a gentleman tell me the other day at breakfast, he says, well, Fox, you know, they still don't accept us. I say, brother, you know, I ain't worried about them accepting me. You just respect me. You ain't got to accept me, but you gonna respect me. Let me tell you about mass incarceration being the new form of slavery. And I'm not gonna hold you long because Pastor RB got to save some souls here today. Listen to this. Do you know that up until 1988, the prison population in America, listen closely, the prison population in America was 70% Caucasian and 30% Black and Latino. Did you hear me? The prison population in America in 1988 was 70% Caucasian. Oh, that's a big word. It was 70% white and 30% Black and Mexican. As it stands in 2010, in less than 20 years, not only have they totally inverted the system, that means they've swapped it out. It is now 70% Black and Latino and 30% white. So you mean to tell me we just got bad 20 years ago? Somebody say Speak Bossier. I tend to say, Houston, we got a problem. Mass incarceration is the new form of slavery. And if you think about it, remember I told you that the only way that you can become a slave again is through the commission of a crime. Every right that our ancestors fought and died for, as soon as you become convicted of a felon, you lose out. Let me tell you, that means you can't stay where you want to stay no more. You can't work where you want to work no more. Every single job that is a good job, you know, a good job, that's going to be a little insurance, a little medical, a little dental insurance. Every single good job, they're going to do a criminal background check on you. And if you have been arrested at all, I don't care about whether or not you went and served some time. If you have anything on your record at all, it gives them justification for locking our people out of opportunity. Somebody say Speak Bossier. That's just what I intend to do. Then when you talk about the prison system, back in 1988, we had 500,000 prisoners in the United States of America, family. 500,000 prisoners. When it was 70% white and 30% black. it stands today in America, we got 2.3 million sisters and brothers behind bars. Blacks in America make up 13% of the United States population, but I be doggone if we ain't making up 75% of everybody that's locked up. You don't hear me, Antioch? Somebody say speak box. So what does this incarceration thing do to us as a family? Number one, when you talk about the fact that we've got 900,000 black men. Anybody in here see the Million Man March? Because I don't care what them white folks say. I know it was well over 1 million black men out there back in the day when we had the Million Men. Did y'all see any pictures from the Million Man March? Did you see in your mind what 1 million black men look like? That is how many that are locked up in our prisons in the United States of America. Prison has become such big business, just like slavery was, that the third largest employer in the United States of America, behind Manpower and Walmart, is the United States Correctional System. If we have 1 million men locked up, then look at the family members that we're missing.
That's right.
So then you have to look at what it does to us economically. 2 is always better than 1, ain't it, sisters? And we talk all that noise about we don't need a man, but your check with my check adds to some more checks. And if I'm making $20,000 a year, you making $20,000 a year, then we got $40,000 a year together. 4 sets of hands beat 2 sets of hands any day, Pastor R.B. And I know you and Sister R.B. done had some tough times, but you found out that it was better together than it was apart. Better together. Not only does it break down marriages, which breaks down our families, but check out, and it hurts us economically, but look at what it also does. Because of the truth and sentencing laws, you know, they changed it with the crack cocaine and the powder cocaine. So if our young men get caught with 1 kilo of cocaine, it's an automatic 10 years in prison. So if I'm 18 and I get caught with 2 kilos of cocaine, that is an automatic 20 years in prison. So if I'm 18 and I got 20 years, when I get out, I'm 38. Let me ask you something, Annie. How many babies have I made? So there goes the reason why the Mexicans are having more babies than us, because our sperm carriers, our men are gone for extended periods of time. I'm not going to hold you long, and I know the subject matter is very heavy, but I just feel like if we know better, we just might do better. See, this 3 strikes and you outlaw. I remember coming home from college and voting in favor of the 3 strikes laws. Then I sat in court and I watched how they let a white man who had multiple charges give him a little pat on the back. And I saw how they took black men, and if they had 3 charges, it was justification to lock them up for the rest of them. I saw in Bossier a few months ago where they gave a man a 20-year sentence for purse snatching. Now, he ain't hurt the woman, he just took her purse. Now, I'm not justifying his actions, but let me tell you something, family. 20 years? Do you know it cost us $25,000 a year to lock up a man in Louisiana? Now, you multiply that times 20, and to lock this man up for snatching a white woman's purse, we gonna pay $500,000. To lock him up for taking a white woman's purse, as taxpayers, we are going to pay out $500,000. And we pray he better not get sick, because that's a little something extra. We got to realize that mass incarceration is the new form of slavery. It ain't just that our folk are so bad as much as it is that we got work to do, and to realize that those that did not want us to have rights in the civil rights movement don't think they died off. They came up with a new game plan under Herbert Bush. And the new game plan was to start saying, let's get tough on crime. Let's get tough on crime. And to get tough on crime, they began to target black and poor communities, causing us to have the highest incarceration rate in the whole wide world. I'm going to leave you with my final thought. Antioch Church family, and I thank you so much for your time. Philippians, the 4th and 13th chapter, 4th chapter, 13th verse says what, Freedom?
I can do all things